Well, the stripped-down version of the bill C-234 will now return to the House of Commons in Canada. Host of Real Ag Radio, Sean Haney, joins us now with the latest on this bill. Sean, just quickly, a recap of what this bill actually states and what the approved amendments are in the Senate.
Yeah, for sure. So Bill C-234 is a private member's bill from Conservative MP Ben Lobb, and it passed in the House of Commons. It had bipartisan support. The Liberals were the only party voting against, and it has been really stuck in the Senate for a number of many weeks. And after a lot of battling back and forth, a number of votes on amendments. Now, remember, this is kind of sort of unprecedented in terms of the Canadian Senate that does not necessarily tackle things to this matter. They passed two amendments. One is to remove building heating out of this bill. Though this is the bill C-234 is the bill to provide exemptions to farmers for activities that involve natural gas and propane heating. Okay, so grain drying, heating your barn, things like that. So one of the amendments is to remove barn heating from this bill. So poultry producers, for example, would still have to pay the carbon tax, which has many farm groups quite upset. And the other one was to change the sunset clause on the bill from 8 years down to 3 years. So now it will head back to the House of Commons.
Oh, wow. This is crazy. I feel like we've been talking about this for some time, so I can only imagine how producers there feel. Are they farm groups just basically giving up on this bill?
Yeah, if you're getting tired of me talking about it, imagine how I feel. It feels like this has been the never-ending story in terms of 234. Although it looks like maybe some of the, I guess, the momentum that the Conservative senators had to continue to push the bill forward without amendments, they kind of lost some of the resolve as some Conservative senators chose to go to a meeting in D.C. instead of showing up for the vote, which had some farm groups quite upset. I would say some of the main farm groups, the Grain Farmers of Ontario, the Canadian Canola Growers Association, just to name a couple that are a part of the Ag Carbon Alliance, the Canadian Federation of Agriculture as well. I would say that the resolve is still very, very strong. Now, of course, there's going to be a huge push here when it does get to the House of Commons. Remember, it goes to, because it's a private member's bill, it goes to the bottom of the docket. So time is really, really not on the industry side here. But there's going to be a lot of pushing here to get support from, they have with the Conservatives, but with the NDP and the Bloc to try to get a vote to refuse those amendments that the Senate has put forward. With these amendments passing in the Senate, this now lengthens the timeline of this bill out. It's not going to be approved in very short order. There's a lot of work to do from farm groups.
Well, we're going to be talking about this then well into 2024. I thank you, Sean, for following the story, breaking it down for us. Of course, looking forward. I mean, I think we're all invested in this. Want to see how this all turns out. Sean Haney, appreciate you being here of Real Ag Radio. You want to catch Sean's show. Real Ag Radio airs 4:30 p.m. Eastern weekdays on Rural Radio Channel 147 on Sirius XM. Love having him and his team join us here on Market Day Report.